I hope you are doing well. Let me get, hi there, if you're just now joining in. I think I'm going to be working on my truck today. I think I have developed an antifreeze leak. My truck started acting weird. It started like heating up, cooling down, overheating, cooling back down, overheating, cooling back down. Really bizarre. And then today, while we were out running around a little bit, I had to at least haul the garbage off this morning. It started overheating and got higher than it had been, and I heard a popping sound, started smelling antifreeze, and so I'm thinking the radiator is busted on the far driver's side over here. And so that's going to be today's fun. Instead of being out fishing, I'm going to be working on a vehicle. But I wanted to show y'all something. This handy dandy little new microphone that is wireless. There's a receiver that is on my phone. And so in theory, and what we'll do is we'll test this. There's the USS Coy Fred sitting back there. But in theory, I should be able to walk over there and talk to you, and you should still be able to hear me. So we're going to do a test. So I'm completely over here, and I'm touching the boat. And what I'm wondering is, can you hear me? Because my camera is at least 25, I'd say 25 feet away from me right now. Now, it's also very windy. In fact, it's so windy, it may be too cold for me to even try to work on my truck today. But here's the dealio. I can't get to the lake if I can't get my truck going. So I'm gonna let this run for a few minutes and just see if anybody wants to hop in and chat from my channel. And I mostly just kind of want to know whether or not this seems to be working and whether you're hearing a lot of wind noise. And right now it's actually really calm outside. So let's go over here for a minute and I will show you my latest purchase that is going to actually turn out to be super duper handy is my toolbox. Let's see, how can I get this adjusted to where you all can see a little bit more? Let's see, does it come this way? Yeah, it does. All right, let's try this. All right, so here's my new handy dandy toolbox. And let's see, got everything organized in here pretty well because I'm constantly working on stuff, as you all know. And so what I'm trying to do is just be a little bit more organized, you know, try to keep my tools kind of cleaned up. And I've got some of the tools that allow you to do harder jobs, these little crow's foot open end wrenches, a serious breaker bar. I'm pretty happy about that. I've just bought this. This really is going to be handy for some of those hard to reach bolts that you're trying to remove. This job doesn't require a whole lot that I'm going to be doing today, but you never know. So I've got it out. The main thing I've used so far is this dang trim remover. I'm having to use this a bunch. So I see quite a few people have stopped in. I was just kind of showing you all my latest purchase since I'm working on stuff all the time. It's got these nice little self-closing drawers. I'm kind of trying to keep it organized. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. And today I'm going to be working on my truck. Let me show you my truck. Poor truck. You know, normally the Chevy's used to pull my boat to the lake, but I'm having some kind of issue with antifreeze and overheating, and I think I may have actually had my radiator pop because I think the thermostat stuck closed, and I believe it overheated enough that the radiator popped over here. So here's what I'm going to do. Hello there. Hello, Pratt and Revel. Hope you're doing all right. Banned in India. Oh, is it really? Oh my goodness. They're really big trucks and they get horrific fuel mileage. If it's banned in your country, there's a good reason for it. I'm going to say that's probably why. It's because they're so bad at fuel mileage. But hey, I do want to try something out if I've got somebody chatting with me on here. I have a new wireless microphone. And so I'm hoping y'all are hearing me okay. And what we'll do is we'll do an experiment. I want to run over here, pontoon to, wow, that's a long one. John Tanner Lucia Mendez Sul USA. Hi. I'm going to test my microphone since I've got some people on here currently. What I'm going to do is walk over to yonder boat that I would much rather be fishing in and let you all hear this mic. So hold on, I'm going to go way over here, wireless microphone. Yeah, stepping it up. So hopefully you can hear me right now. And in fact, there's a lot of wind. You can see maybe you can't see my luscious locks blowing in the wind. Oh, it's pretty cool, huh? Hopefully you can hear me. But here's the boat. I'd much rather be in this working. I'd much rather be in that fishing than working on the truck. So I'm hoping that sounded okay. Maybe somebody can say, yes, you heard me, or maybe you can say, no, that sounded horrible. But it looks like it's working. All right, so what are we going to do? I got a lot to do, and I probably don't want to bore you to death by working on my truck while you all are just sitting here listening to me get frustrated when I can't get bolts and stuff off this thing. But I got a lot of work to do. I've got to get the radiator out. I got to get the thermostat out, and it's easier because these trucks are so big. The only thing that's going to be a little bit more difficult about it will be the fact that I have to reach down inside and work quite a bit. So there's a shroud that's in the way, and the first thing I'm going to do is try to get this shroud out of the way. Now, I really wish that I had a way for you all to be way up high so you could look down at what I'm doing. Let's try something. How about how to maintain your truck? Well, if you know a little bit about mechanicking, I keep wanting to turn and look in the microphone, but in theory, you're able to hear me without me turning around, right? If somebody can tell me whether that's actually working. But yeah, let's talk about maintaining my truck. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. Now, I can't drop my phone, so I'm going to have to be kind of careful. I'm going to put you all, you're going to be way up here. Ha ha! Look at that. How cool is that? That's cool. As long as I don't knock my phone out of my stand there. Bam! Underneath this is the radiator, and underneath this bar that I'd like to take off, but it looks like it's going to be too hard to do. But underneath this is the radiator. I got to get this thing out. So let me remove a couple of clips, and I got to show you one of the handiest tools you can buy. I think I have it right here. This little doohickey right here. That's one of the handiest tools you can buy. About everything on trucks these days have these little clips that you have to remove. And these are absolutely priceless. So let's see, there's another set of clips that I'm going to try to get to over here real quick and see if I can get this shroud that's under here. See if we can get it out of the way. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I am going to have a stool, and just give you an idea. I mean, I'm 6 feet tall, but the problem is, even at 6 feet tall, my truck is just really big. And you have to be able to get in there and get the things. And so it's very helpful to have like a ladder, some things like that, so that you can lean, you know, I can lay on the truck like this without, you know, I'm here. You all just can't see me, but I'm here. Hello, there's my hand. I can lean into my truck like this, fortunately. So what I'm doing is there's these clips I'm going to try to remove. Wow, that thing's in there. There we go. That got it. There's one. And that's what I'm trying to do for now. Highway up there. But these little clips and things, these are just priceless. Hello, Mingos. These right there. I mean, there are so many of these on vehicles these days, it's crazy. So let's see. So I got that one out, and I'm going to set it aside. And in case you're wondering, well, how many of those could there be? Look how many there are. There's so many of them. There's just those things all over the place. So I'm taking those out. And let's see, I've got two different groups of those types of clips. So let me see if I can get the other one off. Hopefully you're still with me. I'm just kind of moving around, you know. Hope y'all are doing all right. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully the wireless mic is doing its thing and working really well. Let's see if I can get this other clip off here. I'm way down inside my truck right now with my hand, trying to loosen up these little clips. God, such a pain. They make special tools for all this stuff if you can afford it. But I tend to try to find something that will work, but is not necessarily, you know, the thing you're actually supposed to be using. So let's see, here's another one. Here's another one of these clips. That's the second one that I've gotten out. I'm gonna set that over here. Okay, so I've got the clips on this side out. Now, we gotta get them out of this side. Same thing. Let's see if I can reach these without having to, well, I think I might be able to get to these without having to get that stool over here. Let's just see. They're kind of tucked away up in here in a way that makes them a little bit harder to get to. Now, I don't know if I'm smashing my microphone, making it hard on you all to hear. Oh, man. All right. So where's everybody from? Somebody let me know where you're coming or where you're watching from. There's another one. Whoa. Another thing is, the wind is blowing. It's really cold. See, there's another one. And what I'm having to do is just use this little tool to go in here and pop these things up. So there's another one. That's 3. There's one more. Let's see. Where's this other one? Y'all see where the other one is? Of course you don't. Oh, it's way over here. Okay, so there's one right here. I gotta get out. Oh, hey, that one came out super easy. That's a blessing. Look at that. And that one's out. All right, so somebody tell me how the microphone's doing. I'm curious. There are at least a few people in here. And so I'm really curious, how is this doohickey right here working? Can you hear me? Are you lonely tonight? I should be able to take this entire cowling up and off now. So let's just see if I can. A lot of stuff I may have to get in here and kind of like pull out of the way. We'll see. Well, now that popped up really easy. Okay, that's nice. That came out pretty easy. See that? You can see it starting to pop up there probably. And let's see what this side's looking like. Okay. So there's a few little things in the way, but not bad. I can see, oh, that's what's holding it. Okay. Let's see. There we go. There's a hose right here. It's just really unfortunate that it's right in the way. And let me now, I'm going to shift back over here because I'm trying not to damage the one that's in there, but I'm trying not to damage the radiator that's in here. Let's just see. Okay, so that's right there. And that's right there. Hey, look at this. There it is. That's so cool. Out of the way. All right. See what we got. Does it have gas? Yes, this is gas. Hi, William. Hi, William Bowman. It is gas. And so you can, y'all really can't see. I can move you around and show you some things. I've got to be careful my camera doesn't fall. But here's what's going on is, there's the, let's see. Let me hold this down here for a second. Hoping you all can see that. Yeah, there she is. I got to get this out. And I got a few hoses here I've got to disconnect. Chevy has these really cool clamps now. You don't have to unscrew these like you used to in the old days. You actually have a clip that's underneath this little piece of rubber here. And when we get that out of the way, I'll show that to you. So for right now, I'm going to set you back right there. I don't even think you need that plastic piece anymore. I don't have to, but it does funnel the air through the front of the truck where it needs to be. So let's see what it's going to take to get those hoses off. I'm hoping that it's easy. Now, what you don't know is the wind is blowing. It has, I mean, it's like 40 degrees, which is great, but with the wind blowing, the feels like it's down in the 30s. My hands are tending to get super cold, but I have a gas heater. Let's get my gas heater up here. Hey, as I'm walking away from the camera, hopefully you all can still hear me due to the magic of my new wireless microphone. Now here's the thing, I don't know how far away I can go. Can you still hear me? I'm completely out of sight of the camera and I'm wondering if you can still hear me. Check this out. Bada bing, can still hear you, yay, thank you. I'm gonna put my heater here. I'm gonna crank this thing up. Got my Waggles Coke. I said Coke, it's not a Coke. Pepsi, big difference. I like Coke and Pepsi, so don't get me wrong. Oh goodness, that feels so good on my hands. Well, can't even see what I'm doing, can you? Doop, boop, boop. There we go. Oh. Y'all saw me, if you've watched any of my fishing videos lately, I've been using this a lot. I have really bad blood circulation in my hands and feet, which is not good at all. But one of the symptoms of having that is that even though it's not that cold out here, maybe it feels like we might be in the 30s, my hands are just freezing and they hurt. And so let's see what we got. Let's see what else I have to do. I'm understanding this is a kind of a trick to get these little clips out. So you're gonna watch the heater for a minute while I'm looking at these little clips to see what these look like. Okay. Oh, I see it now. Okay, cool. I see it. So that's really cool. Okay. Okay. So there's one on the top and there's one on the bottom. Oh, there's a lot of antifreeze I'm seeing now that I'm in here looking around. Oh boy. That can't be good, can it? So the question's gonna, oh, and you know what? There's not a hose here, which I think answers my question. If there's not a hose here, but there's a lot of antifreeze, and it's coming from somewhere, unfortunately, I think that means it's probably coming from the radiator itself. I have a feeling the radiator got so hot when the engine was overheating that it just busted. Too much pressure. So let's look at what I have. If I'm going to the trouble of replacing the radiator, you know I'm going to do this while I'm in there. That's the thermostat for heating and cooling. There's no way I would take it apart and not replace that. So we're going to be doing little Duralast, but let me show you the big part. This box is ginormous. So let's see what's in the box. This is a really big box. Oh, it's a secret. What's in the box? Oh boy, it is a big, brand new thermostat. Let me make sure I don't have y'all zoomed in. Okay, I don't, good. I'll sit you right here for a minute, especially since I know you can hear me. And let's do this big unboxing, which is a huge unboxing. What do we got here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby, that gray styrofoam. Woo, I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but the wind is strong enough that it's blowing out it's wanting to blow out the heater. So let me throw these down. And here is the new radiator. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It is so pretty. Let me get some things out of the way. And we'll make sure this looks like it's going to work okay. I'm going to set this over here. By set it over there, I literally mean throw it as far as I can out of the way. All right, I'm going to get something to set this on because we want to be at least a little bit careful with it. See if there's any questions or anything. Anybody have any questions? It's good to see you all. I'm glad you're with us. Let's see. I've got a blanket. Let's just do this. Let's get this dude out here. I'm going to put this blanket down just so that I don't mess this up. I'm going to zoom you all in some. And we'll look at a couple of things on this. Let's see. I'm going to set it up on its side for just a minute. And we'll take a look at one of these right here. This is what I was talking about that can be kind of complicated, especially if you've never done one before. Let me see, is there a way I can show this to you? There is a clip. Do you see that clip inside there? And so these are just snap-in hoses. And what I'm used to is in the old days, you unscrewed this. You actually had to just take this fitting off and then get the new radiator and screw it back into it. And so, no, this is just fuel. This is a 6-liter, this is a 2012 Chevrolet 2500 four-wheel drive Silverado. And so, but these are those little clips I was talking about, is that you don't have to keep the ones off the car because these radiators, most of them come with them. And they're already in here and they're in place and they're covered with that little cap. So you can see there's one here, there's one back here. And if I turn this over and show you this side, there's two more here and here. And so what that does is, there's the clip. The clip is in there already, so I don't have to take that out. But what that's going to do is it helps me to identify what I'm looking for inside the truck. So let me take this. I do see a few little marks on my radiator already, but nothing bad. I don't think any of those would cause it any damage. I'm going to set this aside. I got a box of Dr. Pepper and Mellow Yellow. I think what I'll do is scoot them apart far enough that I can just lay this on them without hitting those fins in the middle. There we go. Nice. Okay, how's everybody doing? Are we still with me? Are we still going? Diesel? Nope. Fuel? Okay, so I'm going to put you back up here. Actually, I'm going to take you over here. I'm going to take you right over here with me. Hey, thumbs up. Good to have you here. I'm getting ready to show everybody the next part of this that can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Unlisted 718, good to see you. Let's see, there are these little clips that we have to get out, and I've got a variety of little odds and ends of screwdrivers to do stuff like that. And we'll see which one of these ends up working best. I'm going to do a couple things. I've got one of these little curved pliers. Got the little curved tip on them. I really like those. And I've got a really small screwdriver. That's my finger. So it's got a really fine tip. Now, I'll tell you what it is that we're doing while I'm doing it. Let's see if I can get you in here to where you can see those clips I'm talking about are right here. Let me see, how am I going to turn this so that you can see? Because it's hard for me to see what you're seeing. Right here is what I'm talking about. That clip is on this. When I get this off, assuming that I get it off, I'm going to show you the clip I'm talking about. So I'm going to put you guys back up here.
You're probably getting motion sick, and I apologize. I don't mean to make you motion sick. Let's see. Ha! Y'all are way up there. A 90-degree pick. I bought a set of picks the other day. And why are we replacing the radiator? I'm absolutely not positive I have to replace the radiator yet, but I was having an overheating issue, and I started smelling, my wife and I both at the same time started smelling very strong antifreeze. And I was having a slight overheating issue, and then I would have no heat, and then I would have heat, and then I'd have no heat, and then I'd have heat again. And so I have a feeling my thermostat is stuck, or at least almost stuck, perhaps. And I think the heat built up and busted out the left side of my radiator. But we're going to take a look at that here in a minute. There's no hose over here on the driver's side of my truck at the bottom of the radiator, and yet I see fluid all over the place, fresh fluid. And so let's see what we got to do. I'm hoping that this is not as bad as it could be. And what is so cool, like I said, the new one came with these clips already, so I don't have to, if I should lose one, it's not going to be the end of the world. Hey, I got that one out so easy. Oh my goodness. Check this out. Boink. That's the clips I'm talking about. And I just stuck this little screwdriver in and popped it out. You said use those 90-degree picks. I bought an entire set of those. I was tickled to death at the price. And they, they broke very quick. So yeah, that was a waste of my money. They ended up not being metal, which I thought they were metal. They were hard plastic, and they weren't even hard because they broke in like no time flat. All right, so I got to get another one of those further down in the truck. So I'm going to go down in here for a second. It'll be a little bit harder to see me for just a minute while I get this one out. I wish I could just show you all everything that I see inside my truck, but it's not. It's easier said than done. Let's see. There's that clip. Okay, this one might end up being the one that is going to be harder to deal with, it looks like. Oh boy. I'm just about going to have to climb down inside the motor of this thing. Let's see, what is it going to take? What I need is a good light. Y'all are about to witness me go toppling off. Hopefully not. I don't want to do that, but let's see if I can get this one from way up in here. How's it looking? Oh, it was almost out. Did you hear it click? This microphone's really cool. I love not having to worry about whether you're hearing me or not. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on out. Did that do it? No, something's going on with this clip right here. I think this one's bending. Oh, there it went. It just went flying. Let me see. If it went where I think it went, it's laying right here on the ground. There it is. There it is. Clip number 2. That's the second one. All right. I'm going to set that one down. That's 2 of 4. We're getting there. Let's go to this side. Wow. Okay. You all are over here. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I'm going to swap you where you're over on this side with me. And let me try something. Okay, hopefully that's got it fixed back for you all. Unlisted 718. Hope I didn't break the mic. All right, let's see. Let me know if you do get a chance. Just say yes, now it's working again. I just muted it for a second to see if that worked and to blow my nose. Okay, I hear you now. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to try to do the other two clips that are on this side. There's one that's fairly easy to get to, and one that is another one that's just way down there. These little black caps that cover those little clips are kind of weird. Okay. Let's just see. Okay. Oh. It almost, oh, okay, this one I see now. This one was actually mounted, it's upside down, I couldn't even see it. There it is. You know what I don't want to do is shove this into my fingers. Did that do it? This one's turned into a way that's going to make it harder for me to get it out of here. It almost looks like this one's broken. I don't know if it is, if that's my imagination or what. I think, could be wrong, but this one actually looks like it broke. Oh boy, hope I can get it out of here. Wonder if somebody else was working on it. And most of these radiators that I saw, when you buy them, you get the clip automatically. This one's going to take a little bit of oomph. Sorry if I'm making a heck of a lot of noise. Let me get my hammer. It looks like this one is kind of halfway broken off, sort of. And so I'm going to have to see if I can kind of hammer it out of here. I'm not positive, but by looking at it, kind of. Well, I mean, really, I don't know that it could be broken, because if it was completely broken, it would have allowed that thing to just slip right out. The whole reason that it's in here is to hold this little line in place, and if it was not where it's supposed to be, this could just blow out. I'm guessing it's just that I just can't see it. It's turned upside down or something. Man, oh man. You just gotta love this. This is where a little metal pick would have come in really handy. How's everybody doing? Not sure it would even stay in. That's what I'm saying, and these are under pressure too. But I hear there's a lot of, sometimes there's a trick to jerking these things out of their little fitting, even once you get the clip off. We're gonna find out. But I'm gonna have to dig around in here for just a minute and see what I'm gonna have to do to get this top one off. There's a lot of stuff kind of hanging out in the way. Let me approach it from the side. As big as these dang motors are in these trucks, and this compartment is huge, it kind of baffles me that it would be hard to get to stuff. I just now did a timing chain job on a 2000, what was it? 2006 Nissan Altima, or 2005 Nissan Altima. And if you're a do-it-yourselfer, mechanic, oh, there we go. Ha, I got that one. Now it fell on the floor. It fell down inside the bucket that I have. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer like I am, oh boy, that last one's going to be hard to get to. Tight spaces when you're working on vehicles. What a pain. What a pain. Wow, this one is not going to be a good feeling. The bottom shroud is just laying in here, and it looks like it shouldn't be terribly hard to get it off here. Boy, that's going to make getting to the thermostat so easy once I get this out.
Let's see, I've got that off. I haven't got the bottom hose off yet. It looks to me like I'm, golly bum, I'm gonna be way down in there by the time I get that undone. Let's see. I'm gonna try to reach in here and see if I can even get to the little plastic. There it is. Okay, I got the plastic off. Now it's gonna be a matter of where the little clip is on this one, and I hope it's situated in a way that it's not gonna be that hard to get this one off. But let's just see. I'd be tempted to take the air filter box off and get it out of my way. Oh boy. Boy, that's down there. I'm gonna have to add some light. I'll check up on you all real quick. Hi, hi, hi. It ain't got no gas in it. SWC. Come up here from Orlando and help me. I heard in Orlando the trucks fix themselves. Okeechobee. You're not in Orlando, right? You're south of Orlando, I think you said. Let's just see. I'm gonna swap lights to one that I can put inside the engine compartment. Let's just see. There's that. And here's this. Here's that. Huh. It's weird. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm gonna put this right here. Face that down like that so we can see. My parents are in Okeechobee. Funny you would say that. City's name. If your parents are in Okeechobee, they need to hire SWC Florida to go fishing. You got no gas in it. Eyes might be playing tricks on you. Man, when you get to my age, your eyes do a lot of crap that you don't want them to do. Let me see if I can see it any better now that I have the that light up there, and hopefully help me to see it a little bit better. Oh gosh, that's blocked by everything. What are y'all doing to me? Here we go. It wouldn't take a whole lot more that I'd be able to just climb down in my engine. There's this huge gap up here in the front of it. You know, the problem is when you put your hand in there and then you can no longer see. And even that bottom hose has its own. Gosh, I wonder if there's any way I could see that from underneath. Yeah, that bottom hose has one too. Oh boy. Yikes, yikes, yikes. The good news is that new radiator that I got comes with the clips built into it so that you don't have to go through this big rigmarole trying to get it undone. And man, I wish I could just lift this out without undoing all those hoses, but I can tell they're gonna have to come undone. So, okay, I've got to figure out a way to get my arm down in here without blocking the light, which is kind of funny because that's all I'm going to be able to do is block the light. Oh man, I'd rather be fishing. Wishing I was fishing, somebody said on the channel the other day. Oh, let's see. I'm going to go in from this side. That helps a little bit. Actually, I can see better this way. Okay, I just needed to move. Wow, 3 of these were really easy in my book. But now I'm down to one that's not going to be easy at all, I'm afraid. Come on now. You can do this. You got this. Come on now. Come on now, you hear? That's just not working at all right there. This is where one of those pick kits would have been handy. I am still here. You're probably not hearing me talk a whole bunch because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get this out of here. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is just not gonna work. Do. How's this microphone working? Can y'all hear me even though I'm not looking at you? I hope so. Oh, come on. There's also, wait. I just got it. Yay. I got it. Oh, that's so cool. It kind of just fell off, to be honest with you. We love it. It's laid back. Yeah. This place maybe soon I'll find a place down that way and do some fishing. A friend of mine lost a giant fish on Okeechobee last year or the year before. I can't remember. They were catching some 5s or 6s, but he caught one that he thinks was a double digit, and then it got off. He was not very happy. He said it would never, ever, never happen again. And I thought that was really funny to hear him say that. Like, that's it? That's the only time in your whole life you're ever going to catch a double digit bass? Dang, that's sad. All right, so, oh, look at that. It popped right out. Ooh, yuck. Now there's crap going everywhere. Oh, boy. Y'all done this before? You've probably done this more than I have. Okay, it's about to get really messy because, believe it or not, on these 2012 Chevys, they don't have a drain on the bottom of the radiator, is what I read online. And I looked under it and I don't see a drain anywhere. And so somebody said, you just have to pop the dang tube off. The hose that's on the far right bottom has also got one of those funky clips on it. And so you take that clip off and pull the hose back, and then when you do, this stuff's going everywhere. So, oh boy. Okay, so the top hose, I think it's the oil coolers, what these are. The top hose came out real good, so that's good. Let's try to do this side, see how that goes. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's cold out here. It makes my nose run. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see if this one's going to come out. That was pretty cool how easy that one came out. Up, there it is. There it is. There she blows. I tell you what, if I could get like something, a rubber band and a piece of plastic, I could catch all that fluid. I really don't want that stuff going everywhere. I think it's just going to, though, and there's nothing I can do about it. Let's see. What is it going to take to get that big hose off down there? Y'all wish me luck, man. I'm going to have to dive down in there with everything I've got, see what it takes. I've got the persuader. I've got the small screwdriver. Surely one of these will do. That's my persuader screwdriver compared to my little clip remover, compared to my tiny little itty bitty screwdriver. So that's what that's what we're working with. How many you've done? You've done a bunch of these? You do it for a living? Oh man, that's cool. The persuader. Yeah, let me show you what else I got. I bought a 1/2-inch persuader of the real kind. You can get a whole lot of nuts loose with this dude right here. This thing's huge. I love it. All right, y'all, unfortunately, I'm going to have to lay down in here a little bit. Boy, this is going to be gross right here. I don't hardly know. Once I get it, the fluid's just going to go everywhere. I've got a bucket underneath there. It would be so nice to have. Oh, let me show you something. I got to show you all another project. I'm really not going to get much done at this rate. Let's see. Okay, hopefully you can see me here. 3 to 5 pound sledge. Yeah. A 3 to 5 pound sledge. Yeah, I've got one of those. I've got 2 of those. Let's see. So I'm going to turn the camera around. You can see my boat. You can see where I park my boat. And then you can see this. And I am tired of my boat being out and having to cover it with a tarp every single time I come home from fishing. And so I bit the bullet, and I am building a 25 by 6 two-car workshop garage. It's going to have a door here. Actually, the last time I priced doors, they're so expensive. I'm trying to put a 20-foot garage door here, and then just a single entry door here. And that'll be the only way in and out. There'll be an entry door here, like a 32-inch door, 36-inch door, and then maybe a 20-foot garage door here that's 8 feet tall. And I wanted two 12-foot doors, and I wanted a 12-foot door in the back, because when I drive through my yard right down here, and I go around that big Leland cypress right there, and then I just pull the boat straight this way. And I thought, well, dang, I'll just open it in the back and the front, and I'll just pull the boat and the truck through there and then stop when the boat's in the garage. But then I priced how much garage doors are. And would you believe the quote I got on a 12-foot door there, a 12-foot door here, and a 9-foot door here? Would you believe that was going to be $10,000 for those 3 garage doors? $10,000. And so I'm not doing that. When I found out how much it cost to have those garage doors installed, I decided to go with a single door that's just really big. And so I really wanted that drive-through. Speaking of it being a nice idea, I was so excited about that. But yeah, I do. I guess I do need to look for one. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it either. That seemed like so much money. To me, I mean, I'm not rich, good gravy. That if I was rich, would I be putting a radiator in my truck? Nope. All right, enough of that stuff. Let me get you back here. This phone's basically new. I am afraid I'm going to drop it and just break it, and boy, I'm going to be in trouble. But cool. All right, so I'm going to jump in here for a minute. You might, I'll try to keep talking and everything while I'm down inside here, especially with this wireless mic. Let me see. What is this going to take to do this? Let's just see. Okay. I'm wondering, oh my goodness. I'm going straight to the big screwdriver. And I'm going to see if I come at it from this back side, if that clip, by any chance, will just magically pop out of there. The chances of that are almost completely non-existent. I'm looking at that clip right now, you all, in case you're wondering what in the heck I'm doing. Let's see. This hose, where the antifreeze actually flows, that clip and hose are big compared to that small one. It's not going to work that way. Let me go straight down this way. I'm going to move this back to the front where I was. For some reason, that seemed a lot easier. Yeah, sorry. I know I'm right in the way of everybody. Hope y'all doing all right. That's nice to, yeah. So if you let me use your garage someday, bring it over. Why not? You bring whatever you got over here, man. We'll work on it. I try to help people do stuff from time to time whenever I can, to vehicles or whatever. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. Okay, clip. It's you and me and this big screwdriver. You got this. Come on. Oh boy. Oh boy. How do we get this thing out of here? Enlisted, you said you do this all the time, right? You got to tell me some secret. Oh, I tell you what. I'm going to have to get this bottom oil cooler line, I think is what this is, out, and I'm afraid it's going to make such a mess. Okay, it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, that's for sure. Some of these things. Oh man, I am like one thing away from pulling that out of there, y'all. That's exciting. I don't know about y'all, channel locks. You know, the thing is, I can get it. So like you got that rubber hose and it's got that channel in it, and that clamp is inside that channel and comes right to the top of it. And so what I'm trying to do is jam something just like I did the other four down in the side of it and just lift it out enough to get something to get it started. But so far, things are in the way, you know. I'm hoping maybe now that I have that bottom oil cooler line out of the way, maybe I can get it started, because now I can actually, yikes. I can hear something going bloop, 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 bloop. Something's leaking down there. Oh, are you coming out for me? Oh, something's happening. Something's happening. Oh, did that come out? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, look, it came out. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. Dang, what a blessing. I don't have to do a whole lot to get that off. I was afraid that was just going to be an absolute nightmare. I got the screwdriver just barely under the lip of it right here, and then just pushed down, and it went clip and came completely up out of its holder. So there's that one. And that one I am going to have to reuse. All right, so let's see what we got. Now, oh, this is the messy part, you all. You're about to hear fluid going everybody. Yeah, or everywhere. I mean, sweet, depends on what clamp on it though. Yeah, I might be able to show you when I get this off. One of the small ones, because that big one was made the same way. But now, unfortunately, I have to pull off that hose off the bottom of this. And this is about to get so messy. All right, let's get the persuader out of there. Thank you, you did a great job for me. Just leave you there. And you got this bottom shroud, just kind of sitting here, that I don't see any reason to have to take it out to look at it. All right, what do we got here? Oh boy. Oh boy. What's the trick to getting this thing to come loose? Okay. I'm afraid I'm smashing this microphone. Would you all be upset if I take this microphone off for just a minute? I'm going to take this off. This is the microphone that you're listening to me through. Look at that little thing. Is that? Uh-oh. Something's making a lot of noise. But anyway, that's what you're listening to me. I'm going to take it off just for a minute because I want to try to do this without damaging my truck or the mic. I'm going to set this here for just a minute. Oh, gosh. Did that hurt your ears? I'm sorry. It's magnetized. It clipped to the... It clipped really well to the pole that you're sitting on right now. It's a good, I know, I'm so excited. It was really reasonably priced too. It's what really made me happy about it. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so I've got the top oil cooler line ready. The bottom one. Now, I'm just gonna get this hose off the bottom. It's tipped inside the side at least. Let's see. Oh, do I have to get the persuader back up? My goodness, y'all. Oh, let's see. This guy is wanting to be a pain in the butt. I could lift this. way out, I guess. Clip right here holding that bottom oil pressure line in my way. Okay. You're probably not able to hear me very well. I apologize for that. But I'm down inside here trying to get this off. And I don't want to damage that brand new microphone. So let's see. We got you off, you off, you off, you off. And now I've got to figure out a way to lift up the radiator a little bit. Man, the water pump on this thing is wild. Oh, but boy, the thermostat's going to be easy to get to if I can get all this stuff out of the way. Jeez. That dude's on there. Ah, darn. Can't be easy for me, can it? Oh boy. Well, I think I see the part of this job that's going to be hard. That's going to be getting this off. Oh, oh man. Whew. This is going to take a minute, unfortunately. I'm having a hard time getting that hose off. I got to figure out a strategy. I do have the hose clamp persuader. I hate to use it because I've got to reuse that hose, but I can't get the darn thing loose, then I can't do anything, can I? Oh, there. Get this guy out of the way. Let's see. Back over here. I know I'm kind of boring at the moment. I apologize. Okay. I got that part out of the way. Let's do just bottom shroud. If I can get that out of the way, that'll help a little bit. I don't know if you can get that off without the radiator. Y'all doing all right? Sorry I keep leaving you. I'm trying to figure out how to get that giant hose off. And one thing in the way so far is the bottom shroud would help a little bit. Let's see, is this one gonna don't scratch your truck, dum-dum? I hope this one's gonna come out. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this out. That light is in my way. Y'all doing okay? Heck of a lot of noise, I know. And I'm not wearing my mic at the moment, so I apologize for that. For anybody just tuning in, so difficult. It's supposed to be one of the easier things to get done. Okay. There we go. That's that. I'm gonna see. Oh well, I don't know if I can. I was hoping to get this shroud completely out of here, but nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. There's just too much stuff in the way. That'd be nice. I should probably do the serpentine belt, huh? While I'm on it. While I got all this other stuff. I'm just gonna lay that right there. I know y'all can't hear me. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's get this back on. I think what I'm going to do, I know I'm probably blowing your eardrums at the moment, I apologize. I'm going to do this for right now. That way you're back up here with me again. Hopefully you can hear me once again. All right, so I'm working on getting the big hose off the bottom of the radiator, and I had to bring in the big guns to see if I'm just going to have to twist it a little or what's going on. I mean, I just don't see anything holding it on. I've got the clip completely off, so I know it's not that. I'm leaking the oil, which I'm not happy about, but at least it's not blowing out. All right, hose, it's you and me. What are we going to have to do to get you out of there? So many wires and cables that I don't want to damage. Let's see. Okay, I think what I'll have to do is wedge a screwdriver. Hi everybody, if you're just joining in, I'm replacing the, oh, everybody just dropped. I'm just replacing the radiator on this 2012 Chevy 2500. All right, let's just see if I can put any kind of okay. Let's see. I've got to have something to push against that and start pulling it back. Oh, I just made progress. It just started moving. Hey, that was a good little tug right there, and it actually started getting it to come loose for me. I'm gonna have to get both hands down in here, and I'm somehow gonna have to lean up way over. I'm gonna take this blanket for a minute and put it right here. Y'all are gonna see me get way up in here, get way up in my truck's business. Okay, how's this gonna happen? Probably should have just taken the air box out of my way. Ouch. That was my knuckles. We don't need knuckles anyway, do we? Oh, jeez.
Whew. That thing is kicking my butt. Dude, you got to go. How are we going to do that? Well, I have an idea. It's a big, what is it? It's a pry bar that I have. And it's a fairly large pry bar. Y'all still there? Screwdriver upholstery tool to help pry is good. That upholstery tool knocked it loose. The plastic housing, a straight pull to get it off. It's that plastic housing. And I got that large pin. It's my understanding once I get this off, I should have been able to just plop it back. But we'll see. Let me go find, somewhere over here I've got a nice crowbar. Where is that? Where's my crowbar? Pry bar, crowbar, whatever. And it has, the angle that's on it is it in here? It's not in there. Is it one of you guys? Is it down here? Is it down here? Is it down here? Is it down there? In there? Nope. In here? Nope. Anywhere. Calling all pry bars. There it is. Okay. I'm going to try to get this on it because I can push this on the lip and torque it, push it out that way. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I hope that's not busting your all's eardrums. Let's just see what yonder pry bar can do. It's about torque, you know. Come on now. Work with me. Work with me. There it is. There she came. I got this and put it like this right on that lip and was able to just go whoop, popped it loose. It's flowing now. All right. In theory, this thing should come out. Oh boy, that's loud, isn't it? Okay, you're out, you're out, you're out of the way, you're out of the way, you're out of the way. We should be ready to lift this up out of here. Let me get in a position where I won't twist my back up too bad. Let's just see. Here we go. Y'all ready? Whoa, gosh, I had my head right on it. Yeah, the housing was resting on that bevel. Is that what you meant? Just like that small one. Yep. So only push the hose on, click it into place. Okay. Good. Not too much. Let's see. Here we go. See if it's going to come out of here. Now, whew. Okay. Now, I'm going to look at something here real quick. So here is what I found. Here's what happened today. I started getting a lot of antifreeze from right here. Can y'all even see what I'm pointing at? Yeah, right there. Too much hassle. Okay. So there's nothing that goes in here for antifreeze, no hoses, no drains, but something was blowing antifreeze out right here. So I'm just going to assume it got so hot that it came out right there. I got to reuse some of these things. There's a clamp inside here. I got to take that out. Let me set this. I'm just going to use the engine for a moment. There's a little bitty clamp up inside. Can y'all see either one of those? Let me reposition you all. Well, you can see this one right here. Maybe, maybe not. Let me move it. There we go. See this? Yeah, cool. So there is a press in that I got to press in temporarily to get this thing out. So let's see. Main thing is I just can't see up in there. I think I see it right there. There it is. And so what I'm talking about is right there. That little, can y'all see that little clamp right there? All I had to do was reach in there and just push it with the screwdriver, the mini, you know, threatener of life or whatever you want to call it. Let's see. I'm going to try to do the other side the same way. I think it's right here. Bear with me for a minute. Much light as I have, I could use more. Okay. So they go on. So here's what I need to remember is this is the bottom of the thermostat, and this part is the one that goes down into the metal. So they go like this, like that. Okay, so we got one on each side, so I've got those off. Let's set that here. All right, so, you know, I guess I could take this and have it pressure checked at a shop, but I think given that, let me rotate you all a little bit right there. I probably could have had this pressure checked, but what happened was I was out today, it overheated, and before I could get off the road and everything, it kind of popped in here somewhere, and we started smelling antifreeze. And so I think it's right there. Wesley Evans. Hi, Wesley. It's a 2012. A 2012 2500 non-diesel. It's a 6-liter flex fuel. I've never put that in it. I always just ran regular fuel. Gets horrific fuel mileage. If you want one of these to pull something kind of heavy, I pull my boat, which weighs probably 2,500 pounds. It's way more than this truck, or way more truck than what I need for that. But I, at one point, had some heavy stuff, and I thought I would need this truck to pull it. But anyway, there we go. I will show you all something in case you're interested in how this works. I could show you on the new one too. I want you to be close. So let's get you, I want you to be able to see this, because I think this was the first time. I'm usually working on old cars. So this clamp is one of the ones I was talking about earlier. And if you don't know it, you just don't see that these are up inside here like this. Like that right there. And in the old days, you always just took a tool and unscrewed these. I don't know a good term for it. But anyway, you just unscrewed these. And you would take this off and put your new radiator in and screw it back in. And I really like this, really like this. It was a little tricky to get to, but not bad. But basically all I did was I used my mini persuader, which is this little doohickey, and I just reached in the side over here like this, and I found the edge of it and just pushed and torqued like this until I saw it start to come out like this. Now I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I can't bring that over here, but what I did was I'll just lift the whole thing. Maybe you can see it that way right there. I just lifted it I started the process right here until that ring popped off. Like that. Well, I bent it trying to show y'all there. But anyway, so there's 4 of those, 1, 2, and there's 2 on that side in the same location. And then the actual drain over here has its own little mechanism right here. Oops, right there. The actual hose where you drain it has its own way of doing things. It also has a big ring clip like this. This is a big one that sits on the hose, I guess somewhere, like holding it in like that, but it's on the hose itself. Whereas those other ones are here on the female intake. This one is actually on the hose, on the male hose. And so when you go on, I assume what it's doing is it goes in here and then it clips and holds it right there into place. They do make a special tool to remove those clips, but who buys them? I mean, maybe I should. I'm working on vehicles all the time, so I don't know. Something tells me maybe I should consider it. Oh yeah, so the hollow part of that goes down. Okay, just making sure I knew that. Let's get this thing out of the way. Let's get on to the next part. I'm going to carry this gingerly over here. Did you hear how gingerly I set it down? Man, we have a ton of room in here. Hey, you know what? I didn't even think about this, y'all. This is ridiculous. I was going to replace the thermostat anyway, and I could have taken the hose off on the thermostat side too, and then just pulled that entire hose out of there. Wow, wow. Big. So you put the big clip back on the hose, on the housing on the hose, and then it just snaps back on, right? You don't have to, you put it on, just like the little clips on the new radiator are already in place. And so you'll just basically not have to do anything. I won't have to reuse those. You just take that, the fitting, the oil cooler line, and snap it in, and it'll just into place. Is that my understanding? All right. So let's see. Wow. Man, there's so much room in here. I need y'all to be able to see some of this craziness. Where should I put you all? I'm going to try to figure out a place to put you all where you can see some of this craziness. Y'all are going for a ride, so don't get motion sick, okay? Here we go. I am moving you around. Where am I going to put you? Man, I wish I could set you up here on my tire. That'd be pretty cool. That won't work though, will it? Man, that'd be cool if it would. That right there. Y'all are going to hear some noise for a minute, and I apologize. I'm trying to figure out a good way to get you in here, but look how much room there is in this thing. Isn't that cool? Loads of room. Now that I've got that out of the way, let's, I'm going to set this down for a minute. You're going to have to look at my tire, which is dirty. I apologize. I'm going to bring something out here to set you on. Who's watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? Anybody? I'll be totally honest with you. If I can fish, I'm going to be out on the water fishing. I won't be watching the game. It's not because I'm against the game. It's mostly just because, you know, I want to I want to fish. Let's see. I'm going to move my toolbox, I think, is what I'm going to do. Let me get this out of the way. You know, just moving some things out of the way. There's my handy dandy roller. Let's see. I'm going to put this out here where you all are. I want to move my toolbox out here. Whoa, hope that wasn't terribly loud. And now I'm moving this out of the way. Now I'm putting this over here. There we go. Oh, I think you're going to like this view way better. I think you will like this. There. Now, oh no. How about that? Well, shucks, you still can't see. All right, hang on. We're going for a ride, hang on. Now, can you see? Let me move some things around. I'm gonna move this fellow for a minute. I'm gonna move this, gonna move this, gonna move you there, you there, you there. I'm playing the big move around game here. There we go. And then you're coming over here with me. Okay, I'm gonna put my heater back up here. Let's see, is there anybody even in here? 10 people. Hi, everybody. Lock that caster so we don't roll away. I did. Just here enjoying my mango. Man, that sounds good. Just here for moral support. Yay. I need all the moral support I can get. Yep. If it snaps in. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I will show you more like what we're talking about on these clips because I think it's important. But for now, I've got to get inside. Somehow get inside here. I was going to take this whole thing out and just get inside the engine, but or the engine bay. But what I'm going to do is reach in here with one of my handy dandy tools, and it's one of those hose clamps, like this. Y'all see this? One of these old-fashioned. Man. Oh, and by the way, I don't know where you're watching from. These videos come in really good on a television. I'm on one of the newer iPhones, and they have crazy good cameras on them. So if you get time, you ought to flip it over on your television. It doesn't matter to me. It just makes it easier for you all to see. So I'm going to go with two things here to see what it takes to get that clamp off. I'm going to, if it was easy enough, I would just go in and go for the screws that are holding the housing in place, but it looks like it will be best to get that hose off. Maybe, I don't know. Dang, there's so much room. Should I just leave the hose on? That's a good question, isn't it? We're going to do a little bit of investigative work here and see if we can leave that hose on. I've got some tools that may or may not help. I've got some, this little, if you work on vehicles, you got to have one of these universal joints. I suggest getting them in 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. And then a long bar. Very helpful. I'm going to, for right now, just go with this. I got to figure out what size that is. It looks to me like a 12 millimeter. And riddle me this. Chevrolet, American made, but it had 10 millimeter bolts all up here holding this stuff on. I got to put all that back. I was going to take this off, but decided not to. But 10 millimeter. I didn't understand that. But then again, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, let's see. I think that's going to be a 12. Is that what I said? I know that in the world of sockets and things that there's, I got to get this dude out of my way. I'm tired of tripping over this wire. But I know that metric sockets will also fit where standards go, but there's usually a little bit of a difference, whereas I really don't feel a difference at all on this. Oh, wow, 12's too big. Way too big. That looks like a 10 millimeter. Hopefully the microphone's working. Lock that caster so we don't, oh yeah, I did. I feel like for some reason, 7, 10, 13. Yeah, yep. That's what I'm wondering is if it's my 10 again. Let's see. That was a 12. I'm going to go back to the 10, which I have right here, close by. I'm going to put it on the universal joint. And can you all see me? I don't need.
There I am. Okay. It's hard to see inside your phone sometimes. Get off the truck, dude. What are you doing? Let's just see if this is even an option. Okay, so I see what's going to be difficult about. Well, maybe not. It's going to be a little bit difficult to, well, we'll find out. Let me see if it's putting it in a very odd bind. Okay, I'm going to do that a different way. I'm going to do that slightly different. I may still end up needing that. I'm going to put it right here. I think what I'm going to try instead is a short extension. That's something else. You just, man, you can't stress enough how important it is to have some of these things to work on vehicles. This little doohickey right here. And, 3-inch, 2-inch extension. Man, it makes all the difference in the world when you're doing this stuff. 71013. Yep. I think this is a 13 millimeter, unless I'm just crazy. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get to this, or if it's even. I'll eventually get to it. It's not long enough to need that big long one. But it is long enough that I think maybe a 6 and a 3. Maybe this 6 and a 3. I don't know. We'll find out. 13. All right, let's see. Wish me luck. Let's see. This should go right around the fan without any problem. Oh my goodness, that was loose. That wasn't tight at all. Either I'm just so strong I don't even know what the world's coming to, or that was just not very tight. Okay. Wow. Well, how about that? That's coming off there. You know, I could put y'all down in with the camera down in the engine compartment, but it would be really cramped for you, not me. But you all wouldn't be able to see anything but like the front of the motor. That's no fun. Okay, I got that one almost off. The bottom one is right there. Man, I tell you what, the good old 350, you all. God bless America. It's easy to get to. Wow, there is just no pressure on these at all. I bet you that is not even, I don't even think that's 10 foot-pounds. Jeez. There goes some more antifreeze. And then some of these are super long. And when you get tired of doing it with a ratchet, you switch to this doohickey. Y'all can probably hear that antifreeze just pouring everywhere out of here. Probably a good time to do belts. And that one's out. That sure doesn't take long when you use this doohickey. There it is. Remember what I was saying about, I could have just, because I was doing this, I could have just taken the hose off. You'll see what I mean here in just a minute. Let's set this down. Here we go. Looky, looky. Here comes Cookie. Look at that. All right. Beautiful. Set those guys right there. Oh man, tell me that's not one that's built into the housing. Okay, no, it's not. I have no idea whether that would be bad or good by looking at it. And since I have a new one, I'm just putting it in. But yeah. There is a little stop or a nub, if you will. You see this little bitty nub right there on the rubber? And it has its little mate surface right there. Front brakes today in a frozen garage. Hey, man. Hey, I like that your thing's man. So I can just say, hey, man. Yes, it's cold out here. I mean,
I've turned on my gas heater a couple of times. I'm probably going to have to put a little bit of a sandpaper to this, you know, maybe just a little bit to smooth it out. But this is also a great opportunity to show you all what I was talking about on that clamp. This is the ridge I was talking about right there. This is the clamp. And this clamp was just literally like, now I've got to think about this for a minute. The way this goes in was like this, and I want this to be to where I can take it back out. So I'm just going to kind of try to think ahead a little bit. I think it was maybe, yeah, like that right there. Oh, shoot. I didn't show you, but you see I put it back. And what I did is I put it back to where when this goes where it goes, this will still be up in a position I can get to it. If I didn't think ahead like that, the next time I or someone else had to do this truck, that could be a problem. I can't really see what's going on up there a whole lot. But anyway, now you can see it up inside there. And it's the same thing for the radiator. It has 4 of those that are small for the oil cooler line. Transmission cooler, oil cooler. Unlisted, is that a transmission cooler line that goes through that, or is that the oil cooler? Or is there one on both sides? Is there a transmission and an oil cooler on both sides? I'm not a mechanic. But let me set this aside. And I'm going to grab a piece of sandpaper. The sweetness on my tongue. 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 I don't see my sandpaper. There it is. Do you see my sandpaper, baby? My nose runs. What about y'all? When you get out in the cold, gosh, my nose just runs and runs and runs. Okay, enough of that. Quit being a baby. Sandpaper. I'm just going to kind of scrub that off a little bit. How cold was it in your garage or where you are from, man? All right. I'm just going to kind of like smooth out the edges just a little bit so that it seats really well. Very little pressure at all on those bolts. Or I guess you would call them screws because they didn't have a nut on the other side. I'm just going to kind of do this a little bit, not crazy aggressive. And then I'm going to get down in there where the thermostat lays a little bit. I'm just kind of sanding. Y'all can kind of probably see what I'm doing. I'm not trying to go crazy with this by any means. Just knock a little of it off while I've got it out. For $70 at AutoZone, when I went to buy this part, for $70, it came with the housing and the thermostat in it already. But this was $30 cheaper, and I just didn't see the housing itself looks totally fine. So I don't see any reason to replace it just because maybe it'd save me a few minutes for sanding or something. Let me just keep making this edge nice and clean here. All right. A little bit of buildup right there of something. All right. Let's see. All right, we're about ready to start putting it back together. The best cleaner in the world, as far as I'm concerned, is just brake cleaner. Okay. Wipe it down, see what we got. Let's take, I got some shop towels over here. Man, my hands are cold. Whew. I totally forgot my handy dandy Waggles cup. Oh my gosh, that's so good. All right, let's clean this up. We're going to take a look and see if it looks better. Oh yeah, it's not great, but it's interesting to me how little pressure there was on these, or how little torque there was on those screws holding this in. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Alrighty. Well, let's see if this new one fits it. Vodka and orange juice in there. You stay warm, yes. Somewhere maybe changed it before. That's what I'm wondering, is if maybe it had been changed. I'll look that up here in a minute, but I guess I was kind of surprised. I love it when you can only put something in one way. You know, I can't put this in this way. It won't fit. It can only go in this way. There's that little tab. See that rubber tab at the top there? And what that's going to do is it has a fitting right here, so it can only go right there. And voila. Let me make sure there's nothing I can do any differently than what I'm doing. I mean, it looks like it's pretty much just that's where it goes. It's crazy how easy this was once I had everything else out of the way. I'm going to use my hose presser tool. My seal. This is my resealer tool. Half-inch wrench. Go down in there. You go down in there. You go down in there. You too. You. All of yous go down in there. All right. Well, I think that's got it. You know, I don't know if it could go, if those should be laying totally flat or not. They look like they kind of could. With a little more coaxing. That's interesting. I don't want to take that back out, but it kind of looks like those should be laying a little bit flatter than they're laying in there. Do you think it matters? Go up in there. You go up in there. I don't know. This is what I've got. Didn't tighten them down. Yeah, true. Does that look good to you? It could be a little bit flatter, like there's a definite top part of it that's flat, and it's like exactly how it should be here. It could be a little bit flatter there. I don't see how it could make a difference, to be completely honest. I hate to take that back out, but because it's fitting in there so good. I think I'm just going to go with what we got because it sure looks right. I mean, it's in place. It's not going to hurt anything, I don't think. Apparently the torque setting on it is 3 Newton inches. I think that's good. Just didn't tighten them down. Yeah, I'd say you're right. What do you think is a good amount of torque for those? I think that's aluminum, best I can tell. Yeah, because I've got a magnet and it's not sticking to it. So it's aluminum, so it probably doesn't need to be like ridiculously tightened down. But it probably wouldn't hurt for it to be at least a little bit tight. All right, let's go put this back. Is that okay? I think that's good. All right, let's get back down in here. Oh, you know, man, oh man. I need to clean the face of that a little bit while I'm at it. Let me see what it looks like. Okay. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Man, I replaced a fan belt on a Altima recently, and it is unreal how easy it is to get to the fan belts on this. I wonder what condition they're in. I'll check those real quick while I'm at it, because I'd hate to put it back together. I've had this car for about 5-6 years, or excuse me, this truck for several years, and this is the first thing I'm having to do to it. I've never had to put brakes on it. I've never had to do anything. I work from home. I don't have to drive very far. And so, let's see, am I going to be able to get up in here and get to this? Man, I wish that fan was temporarily out of the way. That'd be nice too. I'm just going to kind of file this off a little bit. A drill with one of those heads on it would be nice to just really quickly clean all this up. The water pump on this thing is wild looking. That is crazy, all this stuff that's in here. It's beginning to look a lot like spawn season everywhere you go. There'll be repellers in my hand, fishing from a stand. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to get a flashlight and take a good look at my fan belts while I'm here. A serpentine belt, excuse me. Let's call them the right thing. I'd be tempted to replace the pulley on this. The whole time that I've owned it, it has had a squeal. I mean, literally off the lot, it had it in somewhere up here. And I thought, you know, when I bought it, if it was bad enough, I'd just get them to fix it. It has done it ever since. Exactly the same. It never changed. And so I just haven't really worried too much about it. These big 350s, man, I'm telling you what, that's something else. I assume it's a 350. It would have to be, wouldn't it, for a 302? 302's not big enough to be a 6-liter. I don't know. I'm just cleaning the goop. Okay, let's see. Okay, way better. Way better. And there's fluid kind of just everywhere laying around in here. Doesn't really matter, but I kind of like cleaning stuff up. All right, what's next? Let's see. Let me get a flashlight so I can check those hoses. Hoses, oh my goodness. So I can check those. I wonder what the range on this mic is. I'm going to walk all the way inside my house. And we'll see. Be interesting to see when I come back if you all can hear me. I know you can't see me. Let's see. Is there a flashlight in here? There's one. Maybe. Oh, man. There we go. Okay, I'm coming back out of the house. So I'm curious. I was all the way inside my house. Good and snug. I like that. That sounds like about 13 foot-pounds. Good and snug. When you tighten the bolts down. Good. Got a flashlight. Got a brand new battery in it. What are you doing? Come on, man. It came on right in my eyeballs. Of course, it's one of those 7 trillion lumens. So now I'll pretty much never see again. Let's see if these are okay. I'm looking for cracks. Any of y'all wondering how in the world I'm checking fan belts? I'm just looking for cracks in the belt side, or the ribbed side. I have never touched this. These look brand new. I just haven't put many miles on this, I guess. We're going to have some fluid in there. It's probably going to make some sounds for a little while, but that's okay. Everything else in here looks really good. I don't see any rats, dogs, or cats. Okay. So we are, y'all have been with me a long time, and I really do appreciate y'all watching, sticking with it. But we are ready to reinstall the hose there with the housing for the thermostat. And I went ahead, while I had it off and easy to get to, reinstalled my clip on the inside. So that's good to go. There's actually a big old seal in there. How cool is that? That's nice. And then we got this installed and ready to insert. So let me do this really quick. And hopefully I can do this without knocking it out of there. I'm going to set these guys down right there for a moment in case I need my other hand. Okay, I'm going to come in from this direction then. You stay right here with me. Don't touch that. Don't hit that. Don't hit that. Trying to be very careful because I don't want that thermostat to just fall out of there. There we go. Ooh, it turns way up this way. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I've got this upside down. Paul Vanover. Let's try this again. This goes like this. So let me still make sure that's where I want it. Yeah. Yeah. That way you could actually, from the top, reach down and actually get that out of there even easier, I believe, the way it is. All right, so let's do this. We're going to come in here like this. I'm going to reach over here with this hand and just slowly kind of push this into where it goes. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Oh man, why'd you do that? Just trying to knock that kind of out of the way. That's not what I wanted to do, is it? Okay, that goes right there. Let's take one of these and get you at least started. Okay. You know we're live when we're dropping stuff. Man, where did that go? There it is. My goodness, what's wrong with you? Silly thing. In there. Let's see. I'm not necessarily tightening these way up just yet. I'm just trying to kind of get it started. I've always been told you never tighten one side all the way down. You always do it in increments on both sides. I hope that the two of these things combined will remedy all my issues that I was having. Now the one on the bottom's a little bit harder to get to, but still not bad. Oh, that's not bad at all. Oh my goodness, this has been a blessing to work on compared to what I've been working on, that's for sure. I'm gonna get those started and put a little bit of this on there. Just a little. Just a little.
Okay, now I'm going to actually use that wrench, that ratchet. How we doing? Everybody doing all right? Good and snug. You got it. Will do. My nose just will not stop running. All right, where you at, wrench? There you are. Ratchet. Keep calling it a wrench. It's a ratchet. I'm not going to look this up. If I had to guess, it's probably very low. I don't even think it'd be 20 foot-pounds of torque. We could look that up. Does anybody happen to know? I do have a good torque wrench. I just don't know if I need it for this, really. I mean, I guess a good mechanic probably would actually torque them in there, or what? I don't know. Let's just see here. I'm going to say, given how loose they were, it was either somebody accidentally didn't get it right. I don't know. I bought this truck fairly new. It would surprise me if anybody ever had to do anything to it. I'm hitting something here. What are you hitting? Oh, here we go. I'm going to go with probably, there's an oomph, and that's an oomph. That's about all I'm going to do. Probably, if I had to guess, 13, 14 foot-pounds. What do you think? 10 to 13? Okay, I would say that's all I did. 10 to 13 foot probably. That's probably all I did. Like I said, I could go crazy and get my torque wrench out and do all that stuff. I don't know. But literally, I almost could have probably just put the socket and extension on there and just turned it loose with my hand. So I know it's very low. Or the person who worked on it before just didn't put them in very tight. Okay. There we go. That's in. The belts look good. That's right there. Guess what time it is? It is time to put on the new radiator. Now, one thing that worries me about this, always has, is worrying about damaging this while it's being installed. But there she be. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Oh, here we got 8 people. Oh, well, hi, y'all. If you haven't spoke up, say hello to everybody so we can say, hey, we're putting a, guess what part we're installing on my truck. I'm hoping to go fish tomorrow. We're putting a new radiator on it. And let's just see. If you remember, I have to take some of the parts off the other one to put on this. And that is those little rubber feet. And so that was this right here going right there. Oh, guess what? Those don't clip. Huh. Well, that's not good. They clicked in on the other one. They don't click in on this one. I wonder what the chances are they'll just fall off. I'll tell you what. I'm tempted to just set this back down and put these in the truck first. All right, let's see if we can just put these back in by themselves. Where did that go? Let's see. Oh, I got the shroud kind of in the way of everything. You go back there, Mr. Shroud, and get out of everybody's way. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is going to go right here. Okay, I got that guy back, and there's one on this side, and it almost looks to me like this one has a little bit of flexibility to it in case it needs to adjust just a little. That other one was a perfect circle, and this one is not. And so I'm gonna put it right here, and then we'll move it as we need to. Oh boy. Yeah, doggone it. If there's one that I wish would just have already gone back down in, it would be this side, because I won't know where to put it until it's down here with this. And then it'll be hard for me to get it off. Let's see if by any chance I can get this to go back on the radiator and kind of click into place. All right, so I'm going to show you what I was talking about earlier. If I can do it without hurting this thing or myself. Okay. Let's see, I'm trying to be very careful with this. Some of you may have seen this earlier. This little cap right here. I'll just take this off and just get it out of the way. And if you remember what that big hose looked like, this looks exactly the same inside. The clips are already installed, which is a very good thing. So I'm going to hold this up so that you can see what I mean. Hopefully you can see inside there. That little clip is already in there. So to keep this nice and clean, at least for now, I'm just going to leave those in there. They just pull off really easy. And I'm just going to do that. And this goes just like I'm holding it, like this. And it goes like that. Is that right? Yes, it goes just like this. Oh, so I need to move this over here. That's the flexible one. And then I'm just going to carefully, as carefully as I can be, start setting this down in here. Just really slow. Really slow. Occasionally I'll have to move myself around to make sure I'm carefully putting this in. Okay, let's go on down. Keep on going. Keep it going. Looking good. You're looking good. Mighty fine there. Mighty fine right there. You're mighty fine tonight. What you doing in my way? That one's in my way. This guy is a little bit in the way, but not bad. Hose. I'm gonna have a chat with you later. Hose is trying to get in my way. All kinds of things. You come back out from underneath there. You got to be up here, my friend. Stay right there. You can go right there. This guy comes all the way over here. Somewhere. Roughly right in there. Now the lines. Would you get out of there, for crying out loud? That's there. Well, where's that one? Am I missing one? Where'd you go? Oh, he's way down there. Okay, that's there. Okay, where's that hole at? You've got to go that way some. I'll get back with you all in a minute. I've got to focus on this for a little bit. Okay, now I got to get over here and see what's going on this side. Everybody doing all right on there? Yep. Let me know if you got any questions. There's my little ring fell off. I knew it would. Oh, darn it. Oh, I dropped that little ring. There it is. Or support little foot thing. Dropped it. Of course I did. I'm going to try to get it back underneath here. And on this. Okay. Oh, you're close now, buddy. Stay right there. Don't you move a muscle. Well, where's my hoses at? What in the world? What are you guys doing down there? My hoses went all over the place. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Got a bad taste in my mouth or something. There we go. All right. There we go. I'm going to set you there. I'm going to set you right there. You there. And you right there for a moment. Oh, okay. That's what happened. You go on top of this. Okay. That might be it right there. How's this going to work? I think it will be okay. As long as you go where you're supposed to go. Okay. Check that out. That looks good. That's one side, y'all. Everything is okay here. Good. Bear with me. Maybe we can do something fun before it's over with. Let's see. Okay. Did this side go in its little place? It surely did. So now, I got to get the, where's that go? Right there? Oh, okay. All my hoses are so far down. What are you guys doing down there? You think it's your birthday? What are you doing? My goodness. Thing's lost their mind. Well, that didn't sound good, did it? I don't like hearing things go. Okay, you're there, you're here. Big hose up there. That goes there. That goes there. Let's see. How are we looking over here? You're there. You are up. You're supposed to be all the way over here. That's your problem. Okay. Guess what time it is? I hope y'all can hear me okay. Because I can't see you that far away. I'm going to go ahead and take those clamps off and pop those tubes in. I'm going to go ahead and pop in the main hose, the one that was such a pain to get off. This should just snap in right here. Did y'all hear that? Oh, what a sweet sound. Now, come on, it was hard to get you off. Let me put you back on real easy, please. I'm going to take that one off, put this guy in. Here he goes. Bada bing, did y'all hear it? That one's in. Okay. That bottom one is in. I'm going to cover it up with its little plastic protector. All right. That guy's there. The top one is in. I'll cover him up with his. I'm not sure if those actually snap or what those do. Those little protective rings, they kind of look like they just sit here. I can't really see them doing much of anything. I'm just going to leave it right there. It doesn't really look to me like it does much. Now, the big hose. How hard is that going to be to get in? I do have to borrow 2 more things off here. Ugh. Come on off there. You can't stay. These little rubber things. Boy, what is wrong with you? Okay, be that way. Son of a bisquick. Let's see. That was just like that. So this one is that side. I had to borrow the little rubber things where they go right here. Very tight little fit, aren't they? Well, that's nice. All righty. Here we go. You're in place. There's the top hose. Here she goes. Wish me luck. Clamp, click, you're done. Now this one actually covers it, so I guess the other ones are supposed to do that too. All right, here comes the bottom one. Okay, the bottom one. Here we go. Oh, hold on now. What happened? Oh, darn it, Paul, you lifted the whole thing. I don't know my own strength. Get back down in there. What are you doing? There we go. Now, what's wrong with this guy? Ew, I don't think he's fitting correctly. Let's see, I sure don't want to take that back off. Something, you're supposed to be popped into that little hole right there. Okay, now I see what's up. Now I got your number. Billy, don't lose that number. There we go. Okay, now you should snap in. There we go. And you should snap down, and then this should snap in. Bam! Did you hear it? Hope y'all don't mind. Hope you don't mind my sound effects. Phew! You can put the bolts in the top of the radiator now. Keep it steady if you like. Yeah, it's a good idea. That's a real good idea. Unlisted, I like you. You've been a good support and a good help to me, and I appreciate that. Let's see. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it's this bad boy. Let's see. It is exactly where that goes. Oh, man. Dadgummit. Why are people so smart? Why are you so smart? Let's see. What size was that? That must have been a... I had it in here somewhere. Where'd you go? You must be on one of the other side. The other things. You know, it's so funny that you can have 600 or 700 sockets and still lose sockets. I don't know how. I never will. Oh, right there it is. It's just hiding, being difficult. That's all. You're going back on here. I'm sorry. Now I could use my what you call it? Oh, my impact driver. I could do that. In fact, I really should, because it would make your all's life not so boring. But man, I love this new ratchet. I think I'll be using the impact driver on the next one. Oh my gosh. Ta-da! Good idea. Good idea. Okay, this one. Oh, you know what though? Darn it, hope I didn't shoot myself in the foot. I should have put this little thing on first before I did that, because it pushes it kind of back up and underneath that metal that I was going to try to take off. My goodness, those are in there. What do you think? This is like warfare? What are you doing? Good gravy, that is in there solid. Come on, for crying out loud. Daggone, man. I hope that I can still get this in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Now, are you anywhere near where I'm supposed to be screwing you in? I hope so. Let's see. Well, I can't tell. Let's see. It kind of feels awfully hard. Actually, I'll just do this. Why not? How about the tool? Let's use it. Well, 14 days later, it's going on. There it is. No big deal there. No reason to just go completely nuts on that. There's really not. And this guy. So let's see. That's on and clicked in. I wish these would go on like that other side did. These little black plastic things. The other side actually clipped on to where you can't see the clip part. Well, that's as good as it's going to get. I'm just going to tell you. And now I got to put this dude on. I'm going to just go ahead, because these are right here, and make my life easy. And do this right here. I said it was easy. Bada bing. Bada bing. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, cool. All right, so we got that. We have those both in. We've got the top shroud. Oh man, I probably should have done top shroud before I did that. Let me make sure that I'm not going to be missing anything else. Those I've got in. I feel pretty good about that. The shroud needs to go in right there. And that's on, that's on. I'll put that last one on after the shroud. Okay. From what I recall, this goes something like this. Spin that fan, make sure it's not hitting anything. I guess I could have checked out the fan clutch while I was at it, but now that I've done this once, it's probably won't be as hard to do it again. Let me just see. You go. I don't want to hit those fins if I can keep from it. Look at that. Ain't she a beauty, Clark? Well, okay. The other side must be holding it up. Let's see what you got over here, bad boy. Oh, yep. That sounds good. Heard some good noises there. That's what we want. Right there. Well, these guys are fighting against each other. Is that right? That looks right. That looks right. That looks good. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, ho. And that guy goes right there. He looks good. That looks good. Okay. All right. Back over here. Let's see what we got. This one is being the least bit contrary. Where? Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, man. Oh, man, ain't she pretty?
Ain't she Birdie? Birdie. She's Birdie.
All right. We got bolts. We got stuff all over the place. We got 4 of those. We got the 2 little bitty ones. Where's my other little bitty one? There it is. That's not it. 2 of these are smaller than all the rest. I got to find the 2 small ones. There they are. 2 of these are little itty bitty. Yeah. Yep. All right. So these have these little bitty doohickeys right here. Best I can tell. Okay. And there's one on the other side. Wow. Wow. Why don't you want to go in? Holy guacamole. What's your problem? When did I make you so mad? Let's try that again, huh? Let's see. Okay. My gosh. That little clip doesn't want to go back on there. Well, you know what they say? Little persuasion. Always a good thing. I guess it's supposed to be tight like that so that it can't go anywhere. And these guys, you're being a bit of a pain too. What are you doing? You guys not like each other? What's up? All right. Got another one of these for right here. Man, we about got the hard part of this job done, don't we? I got to put a few clips here and there. Make sure that's okay. Got to put a whole lot more fluid in here. Time for this bad boy to go on. Well, this guy. Let's take this guy right here and make him just temporarily kind of loose. Looser than a goose. Looser than a goose. I mean, am I wrong, or is that not everything that's like really got to be done? I got a bunch of stuff to tighten down. I got a bunch of clips to put back on. Am I missing bolts? I am missing a couple bolts. 1, 2, 3. Not missing. I mean, that guy's there, that guy's there. That's a big dude right there. Okay. So I initially was going to do more than I did. I was going to take more of this stuff off than what you see right now. And so in doing so, I loosened up a bunch of stuff. So if you'll bear with me, we will shortly be putting some fluid in this thing. I'm blowing my nose because my nose is running. How about y'all? Let's see. So I've got a ton of different things. Let me see what I got to do to get this. I'll put you there and you there. I'll take you right here. I need my little 10 mil. That's here. Okay. I've got 4 bolt type doohickeys, which are what holds this whole front end nice and tight. Let's get these back in. Good enough. Good enough. Survey says. Let's make sure we're doing that right. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I got all my ducks in a row. Okay, now I loosened this up. That's tight. I had loosened this up. That's tight. I loosened this guy up. I loosened this dude. He's tight now. Ooh, I don't want that to be quite that tight, because that's plastic on the headlight. Let's get this guy off here. Set those guys right there. We'll leave that. That's good on that. Okay, are you tight? That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. You're tight. You're tight. What do we got left? What we got left? Is it the 700 rivets I got to put back on here? Not rivets. What do you call those little things? What's the official name for these little dudes? It's not rivets. It's clips. Eclipse. There's 4 big ones. And then all the rest of them are the same. So I'm going to say, I got to find where the 4 big ones go, which I see 1, 2, I see 4 holes right here, but I can't figure out why. There's no reason there would be anything in those. They don't do anything. Oh, I'm sorry. I know what those are. Those are that dude back there. That's exactly what that is. So let's get him. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then all those little itty bitty ones. Let me see how many of them there are. It's pretty well being able to talk to you all while I'm running around like my head's cut off. Make sure I haven't missed anything. So this little doohickey is pretty much just sitting here. So there should be 4 big ones, and that's going to be what those top ones were, most likely. All those guys kind of go there, there, and there. You're there, you're there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 big ones. Boy, there's a lot more of those. All right, obviously, I've got more stuff to put back together. Oh, I've got those. Oh, you know what? That's the 4 big ones. Okay, guess what? We figured it out. Ah, yes. See the beginning? There you go. That's the beginning. So I got 4 of these clips that are bigger than all the rest. And I got a bunch of these. Those go on the shroud to hold the shroud down. So let's get that back on. And with any luck, I don't have to hammer them. Let's see. Yeah. So those are going to go like right here. This big spot. Bam. That works really well. That holds the shroud together very tight. Nice. It's working good. I'm not Italian. I don't know why I said that. And apologies for anybody who might be. It's like a mama pizza. Oh, why is this one being so difficult, y'all? This one's being a pain. You stop that now and behave. There he is. And then this one. This side just doesn't seem like it's quite lined up. Oh, you know why? Oh, darn it. It didn't clip on right here where it's supposed to have. I had that all clipped in. I moved that somehow. Well, if it will go back down, and it did, then guess what? It's just going to stay there. Guess what time it is? I think it's time to start putting some antifreeze in this thing. But let's see if we can find all these clips for the front. Boy, there's a bunch of them. Now these, I think, are all the same. Yeah. These are all the same. It's all the same. Only the bolts have changed. Not Bon Jovi. That goes there. This one goes there. This one goes right yonder. Yep. Very good. Got a bunch of them. Everybody doing all right up here? Oh, yes, there it is. It's 7:18. Y'all, I appreciate you watching. I know it's probably very boring, but I appreciate the moral support, and I appreciate anybody who's given me advice along the way. Unlisted has helped me quite a bit. It's given me several pieces of advice. Anytime I do a job like this on my own, I always wonder what a shop would have charged me to do it. I don't know, do y'all do that? Do you ever like do your own projects and then you're like, well, I wonder what they would have charged me? I'm always curious about that. Because the parts for this alone, I don't mind telling you, because I went ahead and just bought them at AutoZone. That radiator was stupid expensive. That radiator was $450 something bucks. And I saw them at other places for the same price. It's not like, I could have got it cheaper and quicker online. Let's put it that way. But cheaper and quicker online also meant waiting 2 weeks. It also meant, because it's not an auto parts store, maybe it fits and maybe it doesn't. Well, I'm trying to get this thing done today, and they had the parts in stock. So you're talking about 2 bottles of coolant, radiator, thermostat, 500. It's like 500 bucks. So it's not cheap. And anytime that I spend that kind of money on a car, I basically double that and think that's probably what a shop would have charged me. Unlisted, you're an actual mechanic. Is that like way off base? I'm just curious if I'm way off. I figure if it cost me $500 to do this, that I probably would have been looking at close to $1,000 in a shop, maybe $800 or something. I'd love to know your opinion on that. Crunch some numbers and let's see. Now, why are y'all being boogers? You can only go one way. Everything on this side is kind of off a little bit, but those all went right where they go. It's not like something was out of place. That's weird. What are you doing? Well, I'll have to do that one again here in a minute. These are not wanting to go in very well. I don't know if something over here is kind of tight. They can only go one way. I don't know what you all are trying to prove. That's where you go. That's where you go. And this one, oh my goodness, this one's off. This one's way off. It's not like there's a whole lot of flexibility in it either. Golly bum, what is going on with this thing? I actually think I'm going to have to loosen this back up some. Probably 2 to 3 hours labor, depending on their rate, 125 to 180.
Most of the shops here in Oak Ridge, I think, are about 150 to 170-ish, 175. And it got to where, I mean, for one, I just can't afford, I can afford more toys if I do my own work. It's kind of what it boils down to. That's just the truth to the matter right there. If I can do some of the stuff myself, then, so I probably saved myself $300, $400, I don't know. And it wasn't a crazy amount of work. I got to take some of these back up because it is so tight on that side, I can't get those to do their thing. All I got to find is that little red tool. Oh, it's right here. I'll loosen these back up for a moment because it's being very contrary. Are any of you guys going to loosen up on the other side? That's what I want to know. Okay, what is going on here? I think I'm going to take these back out long enough to look around here for a minute to see if something's not lined up right. What is going on with all these things? See, that one's way over there. I can't move it further that direction or that one's not going to go in. You're out, you're out, you're out, 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 out. Well, that is bizarre that those are not lined back up. Huh. That is weird. To me, a little bit. Lay you guys down in there for a second. I'm going to have to somehow pry that over. Oh, don't make me get the persuader. Oof. This is the tool of persuasion right here. I didn't really want to use it. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Something is in the way, apparently. And though I hate to take all these back up, it might be worth taking just one more quick peek to see, because something's definitely going on. So I'm going to put you guys back out of here for a minute. Bad news is these things go flying everywhere when you pop them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, they're flying everywhere. I don't even know how many of them just went flying off into the never, never world. There's one. Well, okay. So I might be missing a few. Sight shield often, does it really? Dang. There's that would mark up that radiator thermostat. Oh, they would. Huh. In the support. Grill space evenly between, yeah. Tight. Okay, well, so I took a few of those out. Took that one out, that one out. I guess what I'm curious,
because I've already got them all out. I just want to make sure I didn't accidentally leave something sitting right here. You guys are all in place. You're in place. That's good. And that seems okay. And that seems okay. So I think what I'll do is put so if I put that one right there, then that doesn't even line up right. And if I put that over here, well, now this is just weird. So that's lined up. I think I'll do them like one at a time. I think I'll do this one. And then I'm going to go over here. Oops, wrong part. I'm going to take all the little circly things and slowly work those down. I'm probably missing half of them after doing that last little shenanigan. That is there. Now this guy right here, oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that one came loose. That one is okay. That's in. You're in. That's in. And now this one is way, way off. There it goes. It's tight, like you said. It's just kind of a tight fit. And that one's now in. Put you there while I work this guy in here. Okay. This is looking better. I think what I had was a few of them. Oh, how many am I missing now? 1, 2. It looks like I'm missing one. When I did that last little thing, they went flying all over the place. Very safe, just check. Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, you know, don't mess up. Just make sure you get now. That's what yep. I thought it might be smart to just give it a once over because something just didn't feel right. And it went in much better this time, though I didn't see anything that would have caused it to do like that. It still felt weird. I hate working with gloves on. Ugh, I can't stand it. I can't fish with gloves on. Can't work with gloves on. Get in there, man. What's wrong with you? Some of these are tight little doohickeys. Ah. That one is definitely tight. Wow. That one is definitely tight up in there. This one just decided, I guess, it wasn't going. I don't know if I'm going to get this one back in as much as I want to. Jeez, that one's being a booger. Okay, that's the one I'm missing. Oh, come on. It's starting to get a little bit dark. I like that little method of getting them back in here. I'm just using the back end of my 3-inch extension. Oh, 6-inch extension, excuse me. Okay, so I don't know if that one's going to go. He's being kind of a booger head. I'm going to smack him real good with the persuader. No. My goodness, what in the world? Man, that dude is way over here. I mean, I guess I could drill that out just a hair. Dang, I hate to do that though. This one is not wanting to go no matter what I do. I think it finally gave up and kind of broke. I don't know. I really don't know about this one. If I ever get it to start at all, I don't know. Even if I try, that I'll be able to get it to go. No. All right, so here's what I'm going to do on this one. Do a Hail Mary and pull that out. It's smashing up the clip. Let's see if I can get this undone. Actually making a mess out of the clip. There we go. Okay. So got one being a booger. Do after a job like that is start it. Then quickly go check for leaks and any lines. Before you completely refill it, would you do that? Yeah, especially in the cold, they sure do. I don't really want to necessarily have to do that, but I think what I'm going to do, believe it or not, is drill that piece of plastic out just enough. You didn't see that. Pretend you didn't see me do that. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Let's do. Okay, so let's see if that fixed that one. It did. It's ugly, but it's there. Now, I did lose one in that process. I want to make sure it's not under the truck. Ooh, before I go digging all over the place. I don't see it anywhere. So my gut feeling is, let me get the antifreeze out from underneath here if I can. Oh man. Did you go in there by any chance? Boy, there wasn't much antifreeze in it. Holy cow. That's not good. Okay. So I know I have one of those little doohickeys somewhere. I'm not terribly worried about it. If I can easily spot it, I'll get it, put it back in. There's a couple of places that it could have fallen to. I'm not like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I don't see. Oh. Okay. Nah, I don't see it. So let's do this. What do you think? Let me go ahead. I've got some distilled water. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I don't have a great way to mix this, to be honest with you. Let me think about this. Somewhere on there. Yeah. Dex Cool. GM. It's not pre-diluted. It's concentrate. And it looked to me like it takes a lot of antifreeze. So what I'm wondering is those trans or oil cooler lines don't blow off or leak antifreeze. Okay. Cool. And I could mix this, like this is a gallon, and I have 1 gallon of distilled water. And what I'm wondering is if I can just do a little bit of both in the reservoir, because I know it's going to take more than 1 gallon of antifreeze. Let me see. Let's just see. So what I'm thinking is like equal parts of the two into here. Because I'm certain it should at least take 1 gallon of each. It was like, gosh, close to 3 gallons, I believe. So that's the plan, Stan. 2 gallons there, yeah, you'll need at least 1. Okay. I think what I'll do is kind of a 50-50 thing here. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Okay. That's half of. All right, so that's half of each. I'm sure it will drink it all up. So what I'm thinking about doing, this is what I've done in the past. I go ahead and crank the vehicle and let it start warming up. You're right about that. A little water, a little antifreeze, yeah. And then that little water, a little antifreeze, and you can mix together in 1 container once you get that first gallon in. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. I like it. Matter of fact, now that you say that, unlisted, I'm just going to pour the antifreeze into the gallon of water. Man, this stuff is really pretty. I know that vehicle crap's not normally pretty, but this fluid's really pretty. It's a beautiful orange color. Nice. Okay, cool. So here's what we got as a result of that is now we got a mixture. And I'm ready to go. Max heat on, windshield defrost and warm that thing up, okay? Windshield defrost and warm that thing up. And you know, I'd have to drop something. I'm going to set that on there, but I'm actually not going to put that lid on at all. I don't want it building up a ton of pressure. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that's normally the way I would do it, is leave it off while I let it warm up some. I'm going in the house to get my keys. I'm done. They're helping me. Did you hear me whispering to my wife? All right, max heat windshield defroster, warm that thing up. You got it. I hope this isn't crazy loud. This truck is kind of loud. Max heat. There we go. Max heat. Okay. All right. Now, I'm worried that that's so loud. I'd leave it off. Okay, cool. That's what I normally do. It's going to burp some air and you'll be able to add some more time. Yeah, cool. Very good. Checklist. Anything leaking? Let me take a quick peek underneath. So far, nothing. Not one drip. I was very careful about pouring it into the overflow reservoir. I didn't let a single drop spill out of that, which is unusual for me. So the only thing I see right now is the residual, whatever was left over from when I did it initially, and not a drop, not a single drop anywhere. It did lose a little bit of oil. I don't know if that's, I can't tell by looking at it. I'll have to check and see if I think it's enough to warrant adding some. Sure wouldn't hurt, would it? What I ended up doing over here is I drilled this out with my drill bit to the side, just enough that I could get that one in it. And then if I can find that other one once I move the truck, I'll put it in right here. It's the only one that I'm missing. It went flying, who knows where. Guess I could look in here for a minute. All right, let's make sure no more leaks. Nothing there, nothing there. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. It's starting to whatever way. Ba-dum-bum-bum. 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 I'm going to go ahead. I know it's going to have to warm up a little bit and gurgle and burp and do its thing. I'm not sure why that's dripping off the gallon. There we go. It's trying to leak off the gallon, so now I'm going to have a few drips coming off just from this. Nothing so far. I don't see a thing. It's okay. We could do cool. Anything leaking? Nope. I appreciate your help. Let's see if it's warming up on the inside. What's that up there? Okay. Let's take a peek. It's getting nice and warm on the inside. Cool. All right. Well, let's see. What do we got? no dripping. Do you think that if it was going to drip on any of those, it probably already would have? Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. It's pretty exciting. I appreciate everybody that's been in here. I have no idea if I've missed anybody. Cool. Clips suck, especially in the cold. Yeah, I didn't see that person. I missed their name there. That's over. Get that back there. Hi, Camden. Camden Alonzo. Exactly, it would probably already have leaked. Hi, Alex Gaming. Hello. We've been replacing the radiator and the thermostat on my truck. And now we're just testing it to make sure everything's okay. It's getting warm, so I think it's probably getting close to time I should get that lid on. It's going to start building up some heat. The temperature inside is amazing, very cool. It's not running hot at all, which today was running way on up there. I think we're doing pretty good. Alex Gaming. Oh yeah. All right, one more peek. Nothing. No drips, no drops, no drippity drops. Let me see if I can see in the overflow there, or reservoir anyway, what we got going on. It was really low on antifreeze when I look at how much came out. Yeah, there's none in here. It's pulled everything in here into the radiator. You hear the engine idling down where it's heating up. There we go. Now let's see what you got. Full cold is there. It sucked every bit of that into the motor already. I think I should just keep. So we've got 2 full gallons of fluid in it. Only like 1 gallon in the bucket. Yeah, there's hardly any in that bucket. And of course I spilled some, but not that much. I'm thinking, oh, okay, I see some back in the reservoir now. So it's cycling, I think. It must be cycling. I think to be on the safe side, I could probably, oh, it's dirty. By the looks of it, let me see. No, there's no way. It looks terrible. Golly bum, that is really bad. That looks really, really bad. I think some of the oil dripped in it. So what I think I'll do, probably just to make sure I'm good, I think I'll turn it off and let, because when it's cold, the filling setting is higher up on the reservoir. I think I'll probably go ahead and just shut it off. You all can't see that. You're probably tired of looking at the same thing for the whole last hour. There's at least a little bit of a different view. Hello, you all that are just stepping in. It is definitely warmed up. It's putting out heat on the inside. Let me double check. Yeah, it's not even 210. It's about 190.
Yeah, I think the thermostat opened earlier because I saw coolant bubbling in the reservoir. So I think the burping's probably over with by now. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take that. Let me shut the motor. Actually, let me get that lid on and then I want to shut the motor off. Double check this real quick because I don't have that on very tight. I would think I should see at least some in here in the reservoir, and there's none. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and mix up maybe half this gallon, maybe, oh, wait a minute, I'm out of distilled water. Am I? Oh, darn it. Yeah, I'm out of distilled water. However, I'm not taking it anywhere tonight, so I think here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and tighten the cap down on it. On the inside, it's about 190 degrees, and it's really warm on the inside. So it's good to go. I think we're good. So give you all kind of a look around for the people who are just now joining in. Hopefully I don't make you sick. Some of Paul's Outdoor Academy projects that have been going on. I'm finally getting that retaining wall completely finished. That's been taking a long time. If you've watched the channel for a while, you've probably seen that. So got that. My brother, who is also Fluke Daddy on here, he did all those cap blocks on there. It looks really, really good. And then here's what I'm really excited about, is having a place to park my boat, finally, after all these years. Yeah, do another warm-up cycle. Yeah, check the overflow and see if it's empty. Yeah, I think I will. But yeah, they're supposed to be coming this week if the rain will hold off, and if it won't freeze again, I'll be getting concrete put down there. And then we're going to be building a building for my boat. What's in your all's boats lately? Here is what I've been catching them on. Let me show you I want to show you my secret bait. I found it's, yeah, I will take it with me in case I go drive it. Yeah, you're right. Better safe than sorry, for sure. Here is my secret bait. If you happen to have watched the other night when I was catching stripe, this is what I was using. And caught that one that was about 3 pounds, easy. And 3 or 4 pounds maybe, I don't know. But that was the bait right there that was really doing a number on them. They seemed to really like that. And then this is the one that the previous fishing trip was doing so well on, was Alabama rig. I've had these little doohickeys on here forever. That's just the cheap Flash Mob Junior, if I'm not mistaken. It's not any of the expensive ones. And I've caught a bunch of fish on that now. Yeah, Enlisted, I appreciate that. I do all kinds of videos. I'm working on boat wiring. I've got a video coming up. I'm completely doing all the wiring on my boat. I didn't do the recording of putting those shallow water anchors on my boat, but I should have done that. Live and learn. And, you know, projects like this one, where I end up with water all over the ground. Ooh, boy, there's a bunch of that. Let me take a look now that it's not even running and make sure I don't see anything dripping. Fantastic. That little spot of oil was what I was talking about a while ago. That's been there all evening. So that's not anything new. And then that's where the antifreeze came out. I don't see anything dripping. I hope that took care of it. And it looks like it did when I started.
Looks pretty good. Let's get this doohickey back on. This thing gets really tight towards the end. Let's see. Oh man, that is so tight. My hands are really starting to get cold too. Should be good to go. Another finished project. Heck yeah. And I'll take some stuff with me and I'll make sure to keep an eye on that. The good news is the lake I've been fishing in lately is not far at all from my house. It's very close. All right, well, so here's what I'm going to do. I've got some cleanup to do. I appreciate everybody who's been on here. I've been online for a long, long time. Oh gosh, almost 3 hours. Is that right? 60, 60, and 60. Dang, I've been on here a long time. Hey, I appreciate you all. I actually need to start doing some projects with my R-Max. I bought it with the intention of doing all kinds of videos with it and haven't done any either. So, but that's okay. All right, so I got to get this mess cleaned up. I got to go in there and figure out what I'm doing about din. Yeah, I have really enjoyed it. Hey, I appreciate all your help too, Unlisted 718. That has really been nice. Shrimp and rice, heck yeah. Heck yeah. I ate Bojangles for lunch and had their grilled chicken and rice bowl with sausage in it and I think pinto beans. And my goodness, it was so good. Anyway, all right, cool. Well, thank you very much, Unlisted. Again, I appreciate your help. Anybody else who's watched and stuck through the whole thing with me, I appreciate it. I think we can call that project done. I also should have videoed doing the timing chain project on that because that was a nightmare. Nightmare, have you, or Unlisted, have you ever worked on an Altima? Horrible. Oh, it was so bad. I cannot believe how hard it was to replace the thermostat on that car. Insane. Anyway, to who? Hey, I've really enjoyed this mic too. That is just really, really cool. That seemed to have worked wonderful. All right. I guess that's it. So thank you all a bunch. Seeing overhead cam, it's dual. It's the VQ35DE. Does that sound right? VQ35DE. God, what a pain in the butt. Oh my gosh, that was a pain. I went ahead and ended up taking the whole front cover off, doing the timing chain, tensioners. Geez, I've done all kinds of work to that thing. So hopefully it's good to go for a while. Okay, well, I'm going to call it quits. My hands are starting to really get cold. I really do appreciate y'all watching. I see quite a few people in here right now, and I hate to drop, but I've been on here a long time. So this job is in the books. So check out the channel. Let me know what you think. And God bless you. All tight lines. We'll get back on the water. We'll see y'all next time. Take care. Thanks, Unlisted. Bye-bye.